Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson. So we're going to continue talking about object-oriented programming, and in this one I want to talk about Python packages. Now, so far we've been talking about Python classes, attributes, creating objects and all sorts of things when it comes to object-oriented programming. So it's also time to expand your knowledge when it comes to what you actually can do, because what we've been doing so far, especially the turtle graphics package that we've been using to create all sorts of interesting things. For example, as if you remember, we made this really interesting graphic here. And the idea with this is that to show you how powerful it is when you actually use these ready-to-use packages and objects or like classes in Python, instead of just trying to code everything by yourself, and that's really what makes Python really powerful, because the fact there are so many packages that you can use to create a program or achieve an objective very quickly. And that's what I actually want to expand on in this video. Now, I want to talk about a website called pypy.org. I'm going to leave a link in a resource section for you guys to check this out. So this is a website where you can actually find all sorts of Python packages for yourself to use in your program. And what's really cool is that these packages, they come with actually all sorts of documentation and a guide to how to actually put them to practice. Now, we've talked about objects, we've talked about classes, we've talked about methods and attributes. So what is a package? Now that's something really different. So a package is essentially a package of code, a bunch of methods and files and different things that are designed and put together by a few different people to actually help you to achieve a few different functionalities within your code. And there are, again, thousands of different packages, or I'd say tens of thousands of different packages that can help you to really create anything you want in Python. And let's say in our program we want to create some sort of a table. Let's say I want to create some sort of a table, and I have my first option would be to just create. Let's say I want to display some sort of a text. I can say print, and I can for example say okay, let's make this pipe, and then let's make this, and then that would be the beginning of our table, for example. I have to do all of this one by one as we actually create this code, or the table that we want to create within our code. But instead, what we can do is we can actually use a ready-to-use package to do this, and this is where the packages come in. So you can actually use all these packages to really extend what you can do with Python and take everything to the next level. And that's something you're going to be seeing me use heavily, and I want to actually put one of them into practice and to use, so you guys see it in action. So again, pypy.org, you want to check this out. And in this case, because we want to create, let's say, table, I'm going to look for a package called pretty table. All right, so again, if you search this up and see you got the pretty table, it could be a different version based on the time that you're looking into this. So there you go, you just click on it, and it describes exactly what this is going to be about, and it gives you a nice documentation on exactly what this can do. Now, and keep in mind that it doesn't always give you this documentation, because sometimes you can land on a package where it gives you a nice documentation on right up front, but sometimes they don't. And what you want to do when you don't see enough documentation, you can actually look at their homepage, and take a look at exactly kind of what they have, and usually takes you to GitHub or something like that, where you can see more details on it. So again, there is documentation for all these packages, so you know exactly how to use it. And I'm going to put this into use, so you actually, you're going to find out how do we actually use this. Anyways, so we have the package. Let's actually go and install it, because one of the things you want to remember is that when you actually start a Python project, the project comes with some basic stuff. And the turtle graphics that we just used, that one is actually something that comes with the Python itself, with your install. When you install Python, if you can program in Python, that means you have it installed, and that comes with Python itself. But everything else, you actually have to install it. These packages, they need to be installed. You can imagine it like a plugin that needs to be installed. All right. And the way you do this in in PyCharm, you want to install your package. You want to go to settings. Now in the Windows, I think this could be like file settings, something like that. So you want to go to the settings essentially, however you landed. I'm on the Mac right now, but anyway, so when you go to the settings, you want to go to the project. So I think it would be like start right here or something like that. It would look like this. And what you want to go do is you want to go to the project, and then if you expand on it, you can go to the project interpreter section. All right, and right here, as you see, you can actually show the package. You can see the packages that we have here, right? So these are some of the things that I think comes with the PyCharm by itself. So what you want to do is you want to click this plus icon, and you can search the packages. So there, as you see, there's like millions, I think, millions of packages, a lot of crazy stuff in Python, right? So you want to search for pretty table. Okay, sorry, there you go. So just like that, and see, we get the pretty table package. All right, and again, keep in mind there are a lot of different package types, like maybe different same name or something like that. So just keep that in mind. And if you take a look, we got 3.7 version, which is exactly what we have here, 3.7. So that's the one that we are looking for. All right, so I'm just going to go back here, and there you go. So just like that, I click this, and I'm going to click install package, and just like that, we install the package. And see, there's something loading right below, but that should be it. And it says there you go, package pretty table installed successfully. And just like that, we have the package installed. And take a look, it says the package is installed. All right, so I'm just gonna click OK, and that is pretty much it. So we just installed the package, and all I gotta do is I actually need to just import it. So I'm just gonna go here, and so I'm gonna say import pretty table. There you go. Now, just like that, we can actually start creating objects from this and start putting this into practice, and actually start using this entire package in our code. And all we did was just imported it, and now we can actually go through this documentation and start using it and create these awesome looking tables. Now that's something we're going to practice a little bit in the next video, but again, just want you to remember that this is something that you should definitely put to use. It's absolutely incredible, and there's so much you can actually look into when it comes to Python packages and things like that. So that's something we're going to be heavily using. So let's actually go to the next video, where I'm going to talk a little bit about the pretty table and things you can do with it and all sorts of things. All right, so I'll see you in the next one.